Hello, Dr. Kemp. I'm in the kitchen today, and we're making a homemade stew, pulling ingredients that have been left over in the refrigerator, out of the refrigerator, dicing them, slicing them, cutting them up, throwing them up in here in the pot, and now I have the vegetables on, sitting here on 5, and they're cooking on the stove. I'm getting ready to add the spices to the vegetables. Let's bring the camera back just a little bit. Okay, so you can see me operating. Now, what I'm going to do is, there's no particular order here. Just any order. Okay, here's some Lowry seasoning salt. So we're gonna, like I showed you in a previous video, I genuflex this thing, and I bless my stew. I don't. Sometimes I measure stuff, but I don't measure this. So I just go. Here we go. Down and across. Just make a cross. Just make a cross. All right. Here's some McCormick minced onions. Genuflex. Okay. Here's some A1 dry rub. Let's put some A1 dry rub in here. Genuflex. Now what do we have? Oh, some minced garlic. Oh, it's actually, I can smell the garlic. It's already, I don't even have to cut it up. For this, I'll use a couple of these teaspoons of this. When I say teaspoon, it's not really a teaspoon, it's like a dip. I'm using a teaspoon. And I'll do 2 of those. There's a second. That's enough. All right. And the old-fashioned pepper, genuflex, boom, and the old-fashioned salt. All right. Then I'll mix that all together. So now what I have is a pot of seasoned vegetables. A vegetable delight. But you see, I am a consumer of meat as well. So now, with respect to meat, you've seen I've already chopped up some chicken that I had and some top steak that I had. So I'm going to add my meat in just a little bit. Now, something else that would be good in this, I'm going to show you, which would be perfect. And I'm gonna add this to it, is one of these. Adding a potato to this type of stew is, it's wonderful. So I'm gonna cut up a potato and I'll boil it, and I'll add the potato to this mixture as well. All right. Now I'm gonna step over here and get a cup, because I'm going to throw some sugar in a cup here. bit on the floor. All right, because when I add this ragu to the mix, when I add this ragu to the mix, sugar is going to be required. Now, one of the things about ragu is that, of course, it's in the bottle, and I want to get all of the ragu out of it. So, to do that, I'll use some bottled water. Or, that's like a half a bottle of bottled water. This is what I just used, half a bottle there, and I'll pick that up because I want to get all of that ragu and pour that in there as well. And now I can add my sugar to it. Mix my sugar in. And to be honest with you, that half bottle of this size bottle of ragu, it's got a beautiful color. It's a beautiful red color. With that cup of sugar, may actually be all that I need. I'm stirring this up now. I'm going to ask my wife, Jada, can you cut up a potato for me, please? I asked my wife, Gina, to take care of this potato for me and cut this up. And while I'm doing this, and I'll show you this mixture now. Let me take the camera off the tripod and I'll show you what it looks like now. And this is with the ragu in it. So it's a beautiful red color mixture, beautiful red colored mixture. And at this point, and it's warm, and so it's slowly cooking, which is what you want. And I'm going to just grab a little bit of the sauce here, and I'm going to try this out. Wow, that's delicious. That's a perfect amount of sugar. I don't want to add any more sugar to that. It's just perfect right now. If I was to add more sugar to that, it'd be too much. Okay? So this is a perfect mixture. You know, I think I just added some water to the ragu. So with that half bottle, and then adding water to it, a half a bottle of water, I think that was enough. I think I have enough color in here and enough taste for this pot of stew. Now what I will do is set the top on here, and I have it set on 6 right now, and so I'll allow that this soup to cook for a while, allow the vegetables to mix together and to soften, to make a good vegetable soup. That's what we have right now. It's a good vegetable soup. And See, the meat is already cooked. And so the next stage will then be to add our meat to our vegetable soup mixture in order to have our stew. But in the meantime, my wife is over here, Gina, cutting up the potato for us, and we'll put that on a pot, put it on the stove here, let the potato soften up and cook. Then we'll add the potato to the vegetable mixture, and followed by our addition of the meat, or our adding of the meat to our vegetable combination, and then allow that to cook for at least a good hour, so that the taste of the vegetables and all of the other mixtures, the juices, will get into the meat. Because what you want is that you want, when you bite the meat, when you bite into the meat in the stew, you want the meat to taste like the stew, and you want the stew to taste like the meat. So you want to mix together. And this meat, as I said, is smoked. I smoked it on my grill, and so that makes for a particularly delicious stew, pulled together stew, Brunswick stew, if you will. Is that what does my mom call it? I tell you what she calls it? Yeah, Brunswick. A Brunswick stew. I call it the pull together stew. It's the Dr. Kemp pull together stew. Pull it together out of the refrigerator. And I'm telling you, I'll tell you what we do. We don't just we put about half of it away. What do we do? Store about half of it, and we put it in a large freezer bag, and we freeze it in our freezer, and we'll eat on this stew. We'll have a few bowls of it over the next couple of days. Gina will make some cornbread or some corn muffins or something of that nature to go along with it. And we'll eat some of it first of all for the first couple of days, but we'll take the other half and put it in the freezer bags and put it in our freezer. And I'm telling you, when this winter comes, Lord have mercy, we'll be able to go in there, pull out a bag of stew, throw it in a hot pot of boiling water, and then we have instant stew. Alright? So, until the next video, where we'll mix the meat, I kind of went way ahead of myself, but I'm so excited about doing this, and when I do it, I enjoy doing it. But I want to share it with you. Okay? Dr. Kemp in the kitchen. Until the next video, take care.